On the afternoon of August 24, in the year 79 of the Christian era, a 17-year-old Roman teenager looked across the Bay of Naples and saw the most terrifying sight any human had ever witnessed. A column of black smoke and ash rising 20 miles into the sky from the top of a mountain that had been dormant for centuries. His name was Gaius Plinius Caecilius Secundus. We know him as Pliny the Younger. His uncle, Pliny the Elder, was the commander of the Roman naval fleet stationed at Misenum, on the western edge of the bay. Pliny the Elder, 56 years old, naturalist, encyclopedist, and one of the most famous scholars in the empire, gave the order that would kill him. Launch the ships. Sail toward the eruption. Save anyone you can. Pliny the Younger stayed behind. A few days later, knowing his uncle was dead, the teenager sat down to write the most detailed eyewitness account of any ancient catastrophe. 25 years later, when the historian Tacitus asked him to record what he had seen, Pliny wrote 2 letters that survive to this day. They are the only first-hand description of any major volcanic eruption in classical antiquity. Through Pliny's eyes we can reconstruct, hour by hour, the destruction of 2 thriving Roman cities: Pompeii, Herculaneum, and the deaths of about 16,000 people. To understand the eruption, you have to understand where Pompeii was. The city sat on the northern shore of a beautiful bay in the Roman region of Campania, modern-day southwestern Italy. The economy was wine, olive oil, and tourism. Wealthy Romans built villas in the surrounding countryside. The population was about 20,000, including a large free population, a significant population of freed slaves, and an immigrant community. Pompeii had paved streets, public baths, an amphitheater, a forum, brothels, bakeries, election graffiti, and a complete sewer and water distribution system. Herculaneum, smaller and slightly closer to Vesuvius, was wealthier. It had perhaps 4,000 to 5,000 permanent residents and was a luxurious resort town favored by senators and equestrians. Both cities sat in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, an 800-foot volcanic peak that had been quiet for over 1,500 years. The Romans did not know it was a volcano. They thought it was an ordinary mountain with fertile slopes for vineyards. They were wrong. The first sign came in 62 AD, 17 years before the catastrophe. A massive earthquake damaged buildings in both cities. Pompeii was still rebuilding when Vesuvius erupted. Smaller earthquakes had been increasing in frequency in the days before August 24. People had grown accustomed to them. According to Pliny, on the morning of August 24 the earthquakes had become more violent, and the eruption began at about 1 in the afternoon with a sudden enormous explosion. Modern volcanologists, using the chemical composition and stratigraphy of the deposits, have reconstructed the eruption in extraordinary detail. The first phase, lasting about 18 hours, sent a high column of pumice and ash 20 miles into the stratosphere. Wind blew the column southeast over Pompeii. Fine pumice rained down on the city. Within hours roofs were collapsing under the weight. Most Pompeians fled south or hid in basements. Many escaped successfully. Herculaneum, 10 miles to the northwest, was upwind of the ash cloud. Few buildings collapsed. Most residents seemed safe. They were not. At about midnight on August 25, the eruption entered its second phase. The column of ash and pumice